It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, and I help you make more sales with less effort. And today I'm really excited because entrepreneurs are really tired of trying to do it all themselves. They're tired of trying to sell when they really don't want to, or in many cases, having to make all the sales themselves. And so today we're going to be talking about a very important topic, which is how to build your seven-figure sales team. And one of the challenges when you're trying to build your seven-figure sales team, one of the concerns I will say that speakers have, or authors have, or network marketers, or just entrepreneurs, everyday folks have, is how to recruit the right people to their team. Now, maybe that's you. Maybe you're listening right now, or you're watching, and you tuned in, and you're thinking, you know, I want to build my seven-figure sales team. It makes sense, Shay, but how do I recruit the right folks? And if I am able to recruit the folks, and I am able to have a conversation, and they are interested, what happens next? What do I say in the interview? What questions do I ask in the interview? Now, if you missed those episodes, which we did here earlier, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button right there, and we'll make sure we get those sent to you. Does that sound fair enough? Because today we're going to talk about a very specific lesson. Very specific, which is identify sales talent with using role plan. And that's still one of the keys to today. Now, jot this down in your notes. This is a Shayism, but I love to say it. If you can't sell it, the best thing you can do is hire someone who can. Let me say it again. If you can't or don't want to sell it, the best thing you can do is hire someone who can. Why is that? Because anyone can become a sales millionaire and make as much money as they want, as long as they have the right tools. And one of the ways to really building your seven-figure sales team, I've been sharing this, I'm going to continue to share this, is hiring sales superstars. Jot that down in your notes. Hiring sales superstars is the most important driver to building your seven-figure team. And imagine for a moment that you're able to go out and you're able to do something entirely different. So today, for example, I had a chance to go on a 6-mile run. I'm training for my 5th marathon. Happens October 30th. And I'm really excited about it. Well, not really excited about the marathon. I'm excited about the training, the discipline, the consistency. I'm having a lot of fun. It's just different when you're in training mode. So maybe right now, while I'm out there, which has happened for us, I'm out training and my team is running sales appointments. Isn't that cool? So think about this. That 1.5 hour of my time, let's say 1 hour time of running, is worth 5 hours when 5 folks are meeting with clients, running sales appointments. So I can have the best of both worlds and I can balance my life. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let me get the clicker. I'm just going to tune in with you real quick. I just want to make sure, one, you can see me. Secondly, you can, at least you can hear me, because, you know, sometimes I've been known to do these, and guess what? You can't hear a word I'm saying. Isn't that hilarious? But it happens. So if you're hearing me and you're just joining right now, say, Shay, we can hear you. Look below and just type in your name and say, Shay, we can hear you, because I want to make sure you can hear me. Okay, how to recruit, how to identify sales talent with role plan. One of the challenges you have is when you do meet someone and you do want to work with them, the question becomes, in the interview process, how can I make sure they're right for my team? How can I make sure they're right for what I'm doing? And today, this morning, this afternoon, whatever time it is for you, we're going to go ahead and reveal that. And I'm really excited. I'm really glad you're here. Here's the good news. Cost you nothing. How to recruit, identify sales talent with role plan. And I'm going to talk about a very key scenario today. So you listen, you tune in, called the coffee scenario. I'm going to use that as the umbrella, because in my 12 years of doing this, working with sales managers and entrepreneurs and business owners and sales leaders and vice presidents, this right here is the best scenario out there. The coffee scenario. There's a lot of them, but I'm going to share one that works for you. But here's something I do know. There is a resistance to doing role plan. And why is that? Well, there's some sales representatives, some sales professionals, they feel that role play is a complete waste of time. It's not a real scenario. There are even some managers out there that believe that. And I believe something entirely different. I'm like, why would I want to practice on a client? That doesn't even make sense. Why would I want to practice when I'm in a real situation? That's not the right time. But if I'm interviewing someone and I'm talking to them, then the minimum I want to do is I want to know, are they a good fit? I want to know, what are they thinking? And I'm going to share some examples that you can use and some important key points in just a moment. But let me share this with you if I can. It's one of my favorite, and it stands out. It says, learning on the fly in the sales world is a simple way of losing the individual and the company. A whole heck of a lot of money by treating customers as guinea pigs. And when you are bringing on a sales superstar, you're looking to identify a sales millionaire, you're trying to recruit top talent, one of the things you want to make sure is you want to know, how would they even not handle themselves in a situation, but how do they think they would handle themselves in that true situation? Because there's really three types of presentations that are going to be given. There are really three types of presentations. The first type of presentation is the one they think they're going to give. And that's what role playing does. It's the one they think they're going to give. And then there's the one that they actually gave, and you're not there, so you really don't know, but they will come back and report the one they think they gave. So the purpose of role playing when you're recruiting is to learn how they would think how would they think when they're in that situation? Key, very important. If this is your first time learning about it, no worries. There's a couple of highlights that I want to go over today because I want to give you the 3 A's of role playing. Let me give you the 3 A's of role playing, because this right here, this is going to be important. Let me give you the first one if I can right now. Let's give them the first one. Do I have to hit the button? Yes, let me hit the button. Gotta get used to this. I haven't done this in a couple hours. Okay. The first one, when you're role playing, is determine, write this in your notes, articulation. Articulation. Jot that down in your notes so you have it in your notes. Articulation. And while they're in this scenario, and we're going to talk about role playing, you're stepping back to learn and to identify, how do they articulate themselves when they're in the situation? What type of questions do they ask? What are their thought processes? And how do they communicate that? So number one is articulation. That's what you're looking for. You're not looking for the answer per se, as much as you are, how do they articulate what they are thinking. Now, there are a couple important notes that I want you to have. So go ahead and jot these down in your notes. The first one that you're looking for when they role play, I love doing that. That's so much fun, is ask the right question, the right way, at the right time. Now hold that. You might want to take a picture of this. You might, if you've got your camera, go ahead and grab that right now. One piece in the role-playing scenario is to learn, are they asking the right question, the right way, at the right time? Very important. So let's step back and let's talk about the coffee scenario, and let me give you some examples of what we're looking for. Now, the coffee, don't worry, I haven't forgot the 3 A's of role playing. Don't worry, we're going to come back. We're talking about, number one, first, just articulation. That's what we're talking about. So the coffee scenario goes something like this. I'll use us for example, where we are a software company. We're an African-American software company. Yes, we focus on sales and marketing, and we help automate your business. We help brand your business. We help market your business. At the end of the day, we help you build a 7-figure sales team. Got it, Shay? So if I'm interviewing someone, rather than have them talk about complex softwares or have them understand all the products that we offer, or rather than hear all the accolades they've had, the coffee scenario means that you're going to step back and you're going to ask questions as if you just entered a coffee shop. So I'm not a coffee drinker, but if I was to enter the coffee shop, I might ask, do you have decaffeinated tea? Tell me a little bit about your favorite brands. What are most customers purchasing right now? If it's coffee, you may go in and ask for your favorite coffee and then ask questions. Are you going to ask for the coffee be done a certain way and then ask if there's a discount for the little bun that you're going to have? What's the little bun? Help me out, help me out, help me out. When you go into Starbucks, I get the blueberry muffin, the blueberry muffin, the blueberry muffin. And you might ask questions. So this is the coffee scenario. You're going to imagine that I'm in there. They have to upgrade. They have to sell me something to go along with my coffee. So maybe it's the muffin. Maybe it's the orange juice. Maybe it's a sandwich. And then you're going to listen to the representative ask questions. And all I did as a client was say, I'm here to get some decaffeinated tea. I prefer a strawberry flavor. Can you help me out? See? Now, there are a couple things that you're looking for. The first one is, does the person ask the right question the right way at the right time? Shay, why do you like tea? What do you normally have with your tea? Since I'm making your tea, it'll take a few minutes. Would you like to have something to nibble on before your tea's ready? See, that's asking questions. And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter the product, doesn't matter the service. Why are you doing that, Shay? Give me some examples of what you're looking for in the coffee scenario. Because, you know what? Most folks don't know my product. They don't know my service, Shay. But I've got to recruit. I want to get top sales talent. I want to identify if they have the right talent. So what are you looking for? First, are they asking the right question the right way at the right time? Number two. Now, you have this over here already. Articulation is how they say it. Listen to their voice rate, their tonality, their sentence structure, their grammar. You got it, Shay. You're there with me. Now, you got to recruit your 7-figure sales team. You've got to get the right talent. So let's make sure we do this together. A couple of points I want you to have. Point number 1, jot this in your notes. We're looking for talent versus experience. Talent versus experience. See, experience means that they've been in the industry for a while, and that's fine. Talent means that they have the ability for you to train them, bring them up to speed, but they have the intangible characteristics. I'm going to talk about 2 others over here, and that is more important than experience, because in many cases, it might not be someone that's experienced. So we're always looking for, what are we always looking for? Jot this in your notes. What are we always looking for? That's right, talent. Okay. The second one that we're looking for in the coffee scenario, remember, the coffee scenario, we walked in, we asked for our favorite coffee, and we were silent. And then the person on the other side, this is in the role-playing scenario, there's some things they have to do to learn more about the customer. So first, what talent would they do? Secondly, we're looking for street smarts versus book smarts. Let me say that again. Street smarts versus book smart. Street smarts means their instincts take over, their gut. Some of the sales millionaires today that I've been studying, and again, I've been doing this for 12 years because I wasn't wired this way. I wasn't born this way. This isn't something that's inside of me. But I know with 100% certainty there's a lot of folks out there that want to do this. They want to build a 7-figure sales team. They've heard me say, if you don't want to sell it, the best thing you can do is hire someone who does. So this that I'm sharing with you right now, you want to know who's a good fit. So street smarts means their instincts take over, their guts take over. They're thinking at that moment, not on the coffee shop scenario, but how they treat someone when they come into their home. They're thinking about how they like to be treated when they walk into the store. And their street smart says, you know what, this is the right thing to say. Now, can they perform? We don't know. Will they be consistent? We don't know. Remember, this is just one component of how to recruit. If you happen to miss the last 6, no worries. I'm going to suggest that you head on over and you hit the subscribe button right below. Hit the subscribe button right below, and then once you do, we'll get the prior episodes over to you. I'm also going to suggest that at the same time that you do that you take a moment and you make sure that you double check, you double look at exactly what you need to do to recruit your folks. Okay, number two on the list. Jot this down in your notes. Number 2 on the list is the ability to take control of the situation. Let me see, did I hit that? Okay, let me go back. Don't look like you got that on there. So let me back that up. Hold on. Okay, let's see if that quote. Okay, there we go. Okay, it got stuck for a second. Okay, number 2, I'm going to jot it down in notes, and you put this down in your notes as well. Ability to take control of the situation. So one of the top, let me see if it works now. Let's see if you can see that. There we go. One of the top ways for you to determine immediately is, does the person, this is part of Street Smart, take control of the situation? So you walked in, you did the coffee scenario, you asked for your favorite coffee, you were silent. Their job is to sell you, to upsell you, to do what they do best. Their Street Smarts take over, and do they immediately take control of the situation and have a banter go back and forth with the client? See, it doesn't matter. That's why the coffee scenario is so cool, because everyone is familiar with probably going in and ordering something from somewhere. And so if you walk into McDonald's, do you want fries with that shake? Would you like the apple pie instead? If you're into the Apple store, they may ask, would you like a protector to go around your phone? So we said three A's. Number one is articulation. Number two is the ability to take control. We talked about ask the right question the right way at the right time. And we're looking for talent versus experience, street smarts versus book smarts. Now I'm going to go over here now, and I'm going to take this other one down. I'm going to take this other one down real quick, and I'm going to give you two additional points that are very important. Number one that's very important is listen to the answer closely. So when they walk to the coffee shop and I say, I like to have an orange decaffeinated tea, and the person asks the question, what do you normally have with your tea? And maybe I'll say, well, I normally get a blueberry muffin if I have time. I enjoy the sandwich. I happen to enjoy fruit. It depends. Now, I've said three things at one time. And in a role-playing scenario, the person is listening closely to the answer. And then number two, they are going to dig a little deeper. See, this is the purpose of role-playing, how to recruit for your seven-figure sales team, how to identify sales talent with role playing. When they dig a little deeper, they may ask, the number one question they can ask is, why do you enjoy it that way? Share what you would like to have with yours today. What muffin is your favorite? Why are muffins important to you? They're going to dig a little deeper. So they're asking the right questions at the right time, in the right way. Duh. Number two, they listen to the answer, and then immediately when they hear the answer, they ask the second or third question, because powerful people ask powerful questions. And that's one of the things that all sales superstars can do. They can ask the right questions at the right time. Okay, so here we go. The coffee scenario, we have talent versus experience, street smarts versus book smarts. And the last one is perfect practice, no matter what they say. Sometimes they might say, well, you may ask the question, what are your feelings on role playing? And most sales professionals say, I'm not really into role playing. And that's okay, because they're not. But here's why you do it in an interview scenario, or when you're recruiting, is that perfect practice makes almost, see I got box in it, almost perfect performance. So we're looking for how they would think, not what they would do first. And the more they think they should do something a certain way, the more likely in that scenario, under pressure with, a $25,000 deal on the table, $5,000 worth of commissions, other competitors, with all the pressures that go on, they'll find themselves just naturally gravitating to what they would want to do. And that makes it what? Makes it much, much easier for you as well. Okay, so we have one more over here. We have one more. Let me show you the last of the three A's if I can. And I'm really glad that we're sharing this, because once you're able to really take it to the next level, once you're able to build your seven-figure sales team, once you're able to generate revenue without your labor, it's going to feel so good. My last one's my favorite, which is the ability to think on their feet. So oftentimes when you're there and you're doing the coffee scenario and you're role playing, whether you use the coffee scenario or you have your own scenarios that you really enjoy, what you'll find is, and you're looking for, the three A's of role playing: articulation, ability to take control, and ability to think on their feet. Will they ask you additional questions? And if they do, that's super fantastic. So you say, Shay, of all the things that I read out there, Shay, and I read a lot of different type of role playing of what you see, and based on your experience for recruiting and identifying sales talent with role playing, what's the one scenario that you would recommend? Well, the one scenario that I would recommend, the thing went away. That's interesting. Let me go back. Let me see what happened to it. Hold on, I think I hit something here. As I was going to give you the one scenario, wouldn't you think in a perfect world it would all be perfect, right? It would all be perfect in a perfect world. Okay. But the world's not perfect, and you are live. You're right here with me. See, this is what happens live. You have to be able to adapt. And so I'm going to put my engineer hat on. Okay, I think I've fixed that now. Let's see if you can see. Okay, good. The one scenario that I would recommend right away is the coffee scenario. We've shared why. Number one, you're looking for talent versus experience. Number two, street smarts versus book smarts. Number three, perfect practice makes perfect performance. You're given a scenario they're familiar with. You're a customer walking to a coffee shop. Doesn't matter what you ask for, what you say. Their role is to step back and be able to articulate, control, and think on their feet while asking the right questions, listening to the answers, digging deeper. And the last one that I want to share with you that is very, very important, the last one I want to share with you is they got to reject rejection. Put that in your notes. They've got to reject rejection. What does that mean? No matter what they say, no matter what they offer, your role as the person that's recruiting them is to say, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm not sure. That doesn't sound like a good thing to do. And then be silent. The person on the other side, you're identifying top talent, they have to be able to reject the rejection. That means they keep on going no matter what by asking another question, by digging a little deeper, making sure they heard you. Whatever their objection handling skills are and talents are, don't worry, their book smarts will take, their street smarts will take over. Their talent will take over, but that's what you're looking for. You're not looking for the person that says, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know if this is a good idea. Shay, can you really help me? I don't know. No, that's not what you're looking for. What you're looking for is two things. Jot these two things down in your notes. I want to make sure you have it because this is what you want to take action on. Number one, do they maintain their energy? That's the talent. And number two, when you go back over the scenario and you do it a second time, are they coachable when you make some recommendations to what you would like to see them do differently next time? Now, they don't know you're doing a coffee scenario twice, but you're going to give them some recommendations. You're going to give them some suggestions. You're going to help them because we want to know, number one, are they coachable? So do they maintain their energy? They don't have to be jumping up and down like, woohoo, I can't help it. Yeah. They don't have to do that. But what they have to do is keep their voice rate, their tonality, their physiology. It stays the same. Whatever energy they were, they're right there when they're being rejected, when they're handling the situation. And then afterwards, they're going to be coachable on some things they could do differently, and then you run the scenario a second time. Just to see if they're coachable, if they're adapt, if they're able to think on their feet, real time. And while the interview is some pressure itself because they're looking to join your team, think about them being in a real scenario. There could be a $25,000 deal, a $50,000 deal. Some of you sell and you're going after larger contracts. There's huge deals on the table. We want to make sure the person is able to think and maintain their poise and effectiveness. Okay, the last one that I'm going to share, just want to share with you the takeaway that I want you to have. And jot this down in your notes because this is so important. The sales ability often comes down to raw talent rather than experience. And that's not something you can glean from a quick glance at a resume. Hence, why role playing is so important. Now, it's often left out. Role playing is left out. And I'm finding that more and more. And as I see that taking place over the last 12 to 18 months, one of the suggestions I've been given is at least, look, do some type of role playing. Play some type of scenario. See what they're thinking. Find out what their true talent is. See how they perform, not under pressure, but under a situation where all they have to do is think. And that's the natural talent. Shay, why are you spending so much time on thinking? Why so much time on thinking? That's because selling is a thinking man's game and selling is a thinking woman's game. And so we always have to be thinking. We got to be looking for angles. What do we do differently? How do we perform? You do that, you're going to build your 7-figure sales team. So with that being said, I want you to know that you're truly amazing. You showed up. You're incredible. You're going to go out there. You're going to build your 7-figure sales team. You're going to generate revenue without your labor. You're going to help more people. You're going to employ folks, and you're going to change lives. And even if you don't believe that right now, I'm going to ask that you believe right now you will have and build your 7-figure sales team. You hang in there with me now. You hang in there. You join in. You hit the share button below. Hit the share button below. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from. And put hashtag sales courage so you can promote yourself. Promote your name and what you do and share that out. But I want you to know, above all, that I believe in you. And even if you don't believe in yourself, even if you don't believe it's possible, even if you're not too sure, every single morning when you wake up, just write a little sticky on the mirror and write, Shay Brown holds the belief for me. Because I'm going to hold the belief for you until you believe in yourself. Because sometimes we need someone to believe in us before we believe in ourselves. So with that being said, I'll close out by saying 3 things that I love to say. Number 1, be humble. Always be willing to serve. Don't worry about your ego. Help other folks, no matter what. Number 2, be hungry. Continue to learn. Continue to grow. Continue to study. Continue to master your craft. And number 3, always be hustling. You're going to be better off tomorrow than you were today. Today is your day. This is your moment. This is your time. But you've got to take action. It's not enough to intellectually know something. You got to take action and actually do it. And that involves hustling or just taking action. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, the sales cardiologist. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make good things happen. We connect again next time. I'll see you soon.